The story begins with Ridley and her father Elliot boarding a plane, but due to some technical issues, the plane will take another 10 to 15 minutes to take off. Elliot is a single parent as his wife passed away a few years ago, so he has to look after his daughter by himself. Moments later, they arrive at the airport, and from there, Elliot leaves for Mr. Odell's house by his car. Elliot tries to contact his boss, but there is no network connection on his phone, prompting him to ask Ridley for her phone, but she refuses, revealing she is not on good terms with her father. Elliot thanks her for being with him and asks her to enjoy herself, but she shrugs it off. In the mountains, there is a den from which the growls of an unknown creature echo up into the sky. Elliot's phone receives a network connection, allowing him to receive a phone call from his boss Odell Leopold. While driving the car, Elliot incautiously speeds up the car. Ridley asks him to slow down, but Elliot doesn't listen to her, and hits a horse-like creature on the road with the car. The car loses its balance, but Elliot manages to get it under control. He sees the creature in his rear view camera. Ridley says that the creature doesn't seem to be dead. So Elliot and Ridley immediately get out of the car, hearing the creature whining. Elliot grabs a metal pipe for their safety, while quietly approaching the horse-like creature. They find the creature in pain. Ridley notices the glowing horn of the creature, learning it is not an ordinary horse, but a unicorn. She gingerly touches its horn and begins to have a vision. Just then, Elliot starts crushing the unicorn's head with the metal pipe, killing it. Afterward, he arrives at Odell Leopold's mansion, his boss. Elliot enters Odell's mansion with his daughter, leaving the dead unicorn in his car outside. Elliot is welcomed by Shepard, Odell's son. Shortly after, Belinda, Mr. Odell's wife, arrives and happily embraces him. She leads Elliot to Odell, who asks him how the journey has been. Elliot replies, "Beautiful," while Ridley is still lost in thought about the unicorn. Shepard tells Ridley that she has something on her face. Elliot asks her to wash her face, prompting her to leave. Ridley comes into the bathroom, splashing water on her face. She quickly realizes that it was the unicorn's blood on her face. Minutes later, she notices that her acne marks are disappearing after coming into the contact with unicorn's blood. Outside, Elliot also finds it hard to read the papers with the glasses on, so he takes them off, putting them into his pocket. Inside the car, the baby unicorn's horn starts glowing again. Ridley calls her father and tells him that something is going on with the dead unicorn. She says to her father, "I think it's calling out to me, and I can easily feel it." Elliot doesn't believe her and asks her to keep it to herself and act like nothing happened, and when the Odell family hits the hay, they will bury the dead unicorn. Just then, Elliot's car begins to shake on its own, causing Elliot and Ridley to be caught off guard. Griff and security guard Shaw also hear the noise coming from outside, prompting them to inform the Leopold family about it. Shepard approaches the window only to find Elliot's car shaking heavily. He asks Elliot if there is anything in his car. Elliot answers in the negative, as he doesn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Soon everyone comes out of the castle-like house. Shortly, the baby unicorn resurrects and tries to free itself, leaving everyone baffled. Security guard Shaw quietly approaches the creature and shoots it in the head, killing it. Everyone is left speechless after witnessing such a rare animal for the first time in their lives, prompting them to put forward their own different theories about the dead creature. Elliot reveals to Odell that he accidentally hit it on his way to the mansion. The creature was writhing in pain after being hit by the car, so he decided to smash its head to end its suffering. Then, Ridley explains that the blood of this mythical creature got all over her face in the process. Elliot notices that the acnes are no longer on Ridley's face, leaving him speechless. Odell asks her if she has any side effects on her body after coming into the creature's blood. Ridley shakes her head. At night, Ridley sees her mother's pictures in the room, obviously missing her. In one of the pictures, she finds a unicorn tapestry behind her mother. She immediately opens her laptop and searches for unicorn tapestries. Elliot comes out of the mansion and fearfully approaches the lifeless unicorn, finding it as calm as an ocean. He approaches Shepard, who asks him why his daughter doesn't seem to like him. Elliot replies, "It's not what you think." Just then, Shepard and Elliot hear Shreks emanating from the woods and echoing up into the sky, causing Shepard to get out of the pool in fear and leave. Ridley from the internet learns that unicorn tapestries are among the most beautiful and complex works to have survived from the Middle Ages. The 7 tapestries illustrate a cautionary tale of a lord and his hunter's pursuit of a mystical unicorn which defends itself and proves untamable. That is until it is entranced by a pure-hearted maiden. The unicorn is pacified by the maiden's virtue. The creature is then killed and brought to a castle where it is resurrected and kept in captivity. This reconstructed restoration tells of a vengeful and violent beast that shows its mercilessness and ferocity matched only by how much it was coveted by man. Now, Ridley has learnt what is going on. At night, she has a vision of a unicorn that is coming for her. Shortly, she wakes up, realizing it was just her nightmare. Dr. Song theorizes that even with his limited genomic testing capabilities in the field, he can say that this is not a horse. We have begun analysis of the blood sample's reactivity with Ridley's facial dermis and Elliot's sinus cavities, and the results are very interesting. Dr. Badia explains that the dead unicorn is still firing bioelectrical signals to depolarize cells through the entire nervous system, which is weird. Dr. Song states that he will do a comprehensive study on the pulverized horn. Dr. Badia and Dr. Song cut off the horn and pulverize it. Afterward, they prepare a solution out of it. Dr. Badia injects the solution into Mr. Odell's IV drip after learning that the blood of a unicorn can instantly cure human disease. Dr. Badia discovers bioelectrical signals on the device, emanating from the horn. So Dr. Song approaches the carcass, slitting its throat. Ridley roams into the woods to clear the cobweb away, but soon she happens to hear a cry in the distance, terrifying her. She sprints towards the mansion, arriving safe and sound, while the creature continues to shrek in the woods. Mr. Odell tells Belinda that he is feeling better now, and thanks Elliot for giving him this priceless gift. Not long after, in the hallway, Shepard finds his father standing on his own, without needing any support from the wheelchair, leaving everyone utterly shocked. Mr. Odell looks younger and more refreshed. Dr. Song reveals that Mr. Odell is no longer suffering from cancer, shocking everyone. Ridley explains that unicorns used to be seen differently. Thousands of years ago, they were seen as divine monsters, but they were impossible to catch. Except everyone totally tried, because people fully believed that they could heal literally anything. Ridley comes out of the mansion and gets in the car. Inside the house, Dr. Song and his team start transporting the carcass to a high-tech lab for further research. Just then, the power goes out, while the readings of bioelectrical signals get stronger. Ridley gets out of the car only to hear the cries echoing through the forest. Elliot approaches Dr. Badia and Dr. Song. Soon after, a horn impales Dr. Song's back, brutally killing him and terrifying the rest of the people. Elliot and the others spot another unicorn lurking around the tent. Ridley gets in her car, sensing the perilous situation. Shortly afterward, a speeding unicorn violently bumps into her car, trying to flip it over. Ridley panics, but in the nick of time, Elliot arrives and rescues his daughter. All the security guards open fire on the creature, but the violent unicorn retaliates and crushes the head of one of the guards, killing him. Afterward, it starts circling the car while Ridley hides under it. On the count of 3, Ridley rushes off, sprinting towards the mansion when the creature chases her. The unicorn becomes very calm as it approaches Ridley, and looks her in the eyes as if it wanted to say something to Ridley. Meanwhile, Shaw starts firing indiscriminately at the creature, causing it to flee into the forest. Everyone is panicking inside the house after encountering another unicorn. All the mercenaries are on high alert and guard the mansion. Mr. Odell prepares his team of mercenaries and goes into the woods to kill the menacing creature. They discover the spilt blood of the injured unicorn on the ground and continue their search for it. Elsewhere, Shepard consumes the pulverized horn of the unicorn, feeling its power inside his body. Mr. Odell and the other hear a growl in the distance and start following it. Ridley tries to unravel the mystery with the help of unicorn tapestries and learns that when unicorn is killed, it resurrects. She immediately messages Father to escape the woods as quickly as possible. Elliot and the others go deep into the forest, searching for the unicorn. Soon after, they stumble upon the bleeding unicorn with its horn glowing intensely. Ridley approaches Griff and asks him if he has any way to contact Mr. Odell and her father Elliot. Griff answers in the negative. Ridley reveals that this creature can heal itself very quickly, so all of the people who went into the forest need to get back here. Dr. Badia begins cutting the horn while it is glowing, leaving her astonished. Mr. Odell and the others approach the unicorn, believing it to be injured. Meanwhile, Elliot receives messages from his daughter, asking him to flee the woods. Shaw is attacked by a lurking unicorn, and in a matter of moments, the creature takes her away into the forest. Mr. Odell and the rest of them find themselves surrounded by another unicorn, causing Mr. Odell to start firing in desperation. Using night vision binoculars, Elliot spots a unicorn lurking nearby, and shortly afterward, the rabid unicorn takes down another man, causing Elliot to shake in his shoes. Elliot and Mr. Odell rush off to the apartment and hastily shut the door while the furious unicorn tries to burst into the compound. At the same time, another unicorn appears out of the blue, causing Elliot to fall over. Both the enraged unicorns surround Mr. Odell, who tries to pacify them while Belinda, Shepard, Elliot, and Ridley stand in the distance. Mr. Odell extends his hand forward to take the horn, which starts glowing brightly. Shortly after, the livid unicorn impales its horn through Odell's head, killing him, striking fear into the rest of the people. Ridley explains that the unicorns have come to get their baby back, and that only then will they calm down. Elliot contacts the police. Meanwhile, the power in the entire apartment goes out, plunging everything into darkness. Ridley begins taking the dead unicorn baby out of the mansion, but is stopped by Belinda and Elliot. Belinda asks Griff to approach the gate as he is most familiar with it. Griff feels betrayed and says, "I devoted my whole life to serving all of you, and this is what I get in return." They put the broken horn into a jar and enshroud the carcass in thick polythene. Compelled, Griff comes into the open, while Dr. Badia carries the stretcher upon which the lifeless body of the unicorn baby rests. Belinda starts leaving with the jar. Subsequently, the parent unicorns arrive, only to find their baby lying lifeless. They tip over the carcass, discovering its horn missing and becoming more furious. Dr. Badia begins fleeing. Not long after, she is ambushed by the rabid unicorns that tear her body apart in no time, frightening the others. Horrified, the rest of the Leopold family and the duo of father and daughter are forced to retreat into the mansion for fear of the vindictive unicorns. Shepard reveals to Belinda that he has successfully found out the weakness of the unicorns. The enraged and revengeful unicorns begin tearing down the house. Shepard tells his mother that they will use Ridley as bait while he prepares to consume the pulverized horn. Elliot arrives and tenders his resignation, leaving the rest of the selfish Leopold family to fend for themselves. Elliot tells Ridley that, no matter what happens, they have to keep running until they get to the car. Simultaneously, Shepard arrives and pulls Ridley back, preventing her from escaping. Soon, a unicorn appears, looking inside the house through the window, and starts knocking down the door. Minutes later, one of the unicorns breaks into the house, causing the terrified people to run off. The remorseless unicorn searches for the humans in the corridor, while Shepard and his mother Belinda hide behind the wall. Ridley tells her father that she doesn't know why these unicorns are doing this to her. Then, Elliot reveals the broken horn, saying, "I have made a mistake." Shepard and Belinda emerge from the hiding place, thinking the unicorns have left. Then, an ambushing unicorn plunges its horn into Belinda's chest, severely injuring her. Shepard throws his slippers at the creature to keep it off. However, the vindictive unicorn brutally kills Belinda, feasting on her entrails, as the other unicorn attempts to tear down the door, forcing Elliot to send Ridley out of the room for her safety and remains inside himself. Subsequently, he starts running holding the horn. Ridley escapes the house through the window, only to find her father being chased by a unicorn. Meanwhile, Shepard holds her captive and uses her as bait. Soon, a unicorn appears, coming down the stairs. It approaches Ridley, growling at her. Shortly after, it becomes calm and lies in her lap as if it had identified her. Seizing the opportunity, Shepard ties its feet, disabling it. Meanwhile, Elliot brings the second unicorn there, showing it the horn of its baby. The second unicorn also approaches Ridley, sniffs her and later repeats the same process. Elliot draws near Shepard, penetrating the horn into his belly. Shepard retaliates, stabbing him back. Ridley approaches Elliot, finding him on the verge of death. In an attempt to grab the crossbow, Shepard accidentally crawls toward the unicorn, which kicks him so hard that he is sent flying and killed. After bidding his daughter farewell, Elliot dies, leaving Ridley completely shattered. One of the unicorns approaches the lifeless body of Elliot and places it near the carcass of their foal. The mother unicorn places the broken horn near its foal. Subsequently, both the unicorns begin a magical ritual by joining their glowing horns and summoning lightning. Soon, the broken horn magically fuses back onto the foal's head. Elliot also resurrects in the process. As the foal and Elliot are resurrected, a mystical fog materializes, which soon causes an explosion that violently separates the unicorns. Shortly after, both the unicorns along with their foal get up and trot into the forest. Griff arrives with a cop who arrests Elliot and Ridley, suspecting them to be the malefactors. Elliot and Ridley notice that the unicorn family is chasing them. Elliot waves his hand at them, looking deeply into its eyes, as he realizes it is trying to communicate with him. Elliot and Ridley immediately fasten their seatbelts. Suddenly, both the unicorns charge into the police car, sending it crashing into the nearby lake, and freeing Ridley and Elliot in the process.